Welcome back to Reviewsinside TV. Today we have something that may not be on everyone's radar, but is a key component in food service operations: the Ice-O-Matic 1051210-02A Harvest Kit. If you've ever worked in the food service industry or dealt with commercial ice makers, you'll know how crucial the right parts are to ensure everything runs smoothly. But what exactly is this Harvest Kit, and why should you care? Let's break it down and see if it's worth adding to your equipment lineup. The Ice-O-Matic 1051210-02A is a harvest kit designed for use in commercial ice machines. Specifically, it's a replacement component that helps in the process of harvesting ice from the evaporator. This particular model operates at 230 volts, which makes it ideal for certain international markets or setups where higher voltage is standard. The kit itself is built to meet the rigorous demands of food service environments, providing efficiency and reliability when you're depending on consistent ice production. Now, what are the key features of this harvest kit? Well, first off, it's made to fit specific Ice-O-Matic ice makers, which means it's a part you'll want to have on hand if you're experiencing any issues with ice production or harvest. The kit includes all the necessary components to get your machine back up and running without having to replace the whole unit. In terms of specifications, the unit operates at 230 volts, a bit different from the standard 115 volt versions you might find in some other commercial models. This voltage is perfect for regions or businesses where 230 volts is the norm. If you're wondering what this harvest kit really does, let's look at the purpose. Commercial ice makers, especially ones used in busy kitchens or bars, need to produce large quantities of ice quickly. The harvest kit helps facilitate the harvest phase, where ice is removed from the evaporator after it's formed. Over time, parts within the harvest system can wear out or break, which can seriously impact your machine's efficiency. This kit ensures that ice harvesting is done effectively, preventing delays or interruptions in service. Having had the opportunity to test the Ice-O-Matic 115511210-02A in action, I have to say it's a relatively straightforward process. Installation of the kit is a little involved, but if you've handled commercial ice machines before, you won't find it too difficult. It fits snugly into the intended spaces, and once it's in place, the ice harvesting process seems smoother and more efficient. In practice, the system works as expected, maintaining consistent ice production without hiccups, which is exactly what you want when working in a busy food service environment. One thing I noticed was that the kit does its job well, but it's not exactly a plug-and-play solution. The installation process requires a bit of attention to detail, especially when you're dealing with electrical components. While not a huge issue for someone familiar with these systems, it's worth noting that it might be a bit of a learning curve for those new to commercial ice machines. So, if you're not comfortable working with electrical components, it might be a good idea to call in a professional for installation. On the plus side, once the kit is up and running, the results speak for themselves. Ice production remains steady, and the quality of the ice stays consistent. It's an important point because in the food service industry, inconsistency can lead to downtime or even dissatisfied customers. The durability of the kit seems solid as well, with the components made from sturdy materials that feel like they're built to last. That said, let's also talk about some of the drawbacks. The main downside here is that it's designed specifically for certain models of Ice-O-Matic ice makers. If you don't already have a compatible unit, this harvest kit won't be of much use to you. It's not exactly the most universal part out there, which can limit its appeal. Additionally, while the kit performs its job well, the installation process may require some expertise, which is something to keep in mind for the less experienced. Now, what about value for money? The Ice-O-Matic 15121-02A isn't exactly a cheap part, but when you consider the cost of replacing an entire ice maker versus simply swapping out a harvest kit, it's a solid option. However, if you're operating a budget-conscious business, there are more affordable alternatives, but they may not offer the same level of reliability and performance. The price is justifiable if you have the right machine, and you need to maintain it without full replacements. Looking at competitors, there are a few other brands offering similar replacement kits for commercial ice makers, but the difference often comes down to the brand compatibility. If you're using an Ice-O-Matic ice maker, this is definitely the go-to replacement part. However, if you're open to other brands, you might find other kits at a lower price point that offer similar functionality, though they may not always fit as seamlessly as this one does with Ice-O-Matic machines. The build quality of the Ice-O-Matic 1051210-02A is typical of what you would expect from a reputable brand in the commercial food service space. The materials are durable, and the components are well constructed to handle the high volume demands of professional kitchens. Over time, these kits tend to hold up well, but as with any part, wear and tear will depend on the frequency of use. So, while we don't have a long-term reliability report yet, considering Ice-O-Matic's reputation, I'd expect this kit to last as long as your machine is maintained properly. As for customer service, Ice-O-Matic has a solid reputation for providing good customer support when needed. In the case of this kit, unless you're facing specific issues with compatibility or installation, you probably won't need to contact support often. However, it's always good to know that if something does go wrong, you're not left in the dark. Now, let's wrap this up. The Ice-O-Matic 1051210-02A Harvest Kit does exactly what it promises. It keeps your ice maker running smoothly by ensuring the ice harvest process is efficient. It's built well, performs reliably, and is a solid choice if you're dealing with Ice-O-Matic machines. While it's not the most budget-friendly option out there, it offers good value considering the cost of full ice maker replacements. The installation process may be a bit tricky for the uninitiated, so some extra hands could be useful. If you're in the market for a harvest kit for your Ice-O-Matic ice maker, this is a safe bet. It's designed for longevity, it works as it should, and it provides peace of mind knowing your ice machine will stay in top shape. However, if you're looking for a budget-friendly alternative and don't mind experimenting with other brands, there are cheaper options available, though they may not deliver the same level of performance. Thank you for watching. If you've used this harvest kit or have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a review. Goodbye, till next time.